All right, 5 years ago, a historic winter storm swept across Texas, leaving millions without power, and hundreds of lives were lost. It was a moment that tested the state, but also showed resilience. Tonight, we'll look back at the storm that changed the state and visit with a couple who met during the storm and are now building a family.
If you sit down and think about it, it does feel like a full 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been busy.
Casey and Ryan Miller have been busy. They met 5 years ago, just days before the winter storm hit.
On a frozen Valentine's Day, here's an update to the forecast. So far,
a storm we accurately forecasted on air through our website and through social media.
Snow is expected to develop and move into the area tonight. It will become heavy at times overnight. Please be careful if you have to travel this evening. I would advise against it.
Snow and cold turned a date night into a week-long date. The Millers told that story to our Jesus Martinez last year.
We looked outside, I was walking out the door, and we were like, well, you can't go.
Little did they know that the 2021 winter storm was going to freeze their love in time for years to come.
Since the storm, a lot has changed for Ryan and Casey. They got married in 2023, and in September of 2025, became a family when baby Elowen was born.
Sometimes the memories of what all we've done and gone through, it's like, yeah, it really has been that long, but at the same time, it doesn't feel that long ago.
February 2021, a brutal Arctic blast gripped Texas. Temperatures plunged.
Then we have bitter cold wind chills by Tuesday morning, maybe 15 below zero.
Power grids failed. More than 10 million people lost electricity. Rolling blackouts stretched for days. Families struggled to stay warm. Unfortunately, hundreds of lives were lost.
Usually every winter we get one or two big cold snaps, but to that degree, it's pretty unusual.
Tyler and Longview both set all-time low temperature records, and record snow amounts also fell. Brad Bryant is the meteorologist in charge at the National Weather Service office in Shreveport. He calls the February 2021 winter storm possibly a once-in-a-lifetime event.
If you look back over the 142 years of climate history from the Tyler station, I would imagine you would only find one or two prolonged events like that were that cold and had that much snow.
The storm left a lasting mark on Texas. In its wake, lawmakers and agencies acted. The power grid was improved. Power plants and gas lines were winterized. For instance, Oncor built new substations, upgraded wires, and added smart switches aimed at improving reliability and reducing outage times.
Here, specifically in East Texas, we've added a couple of substations that would increase load for the East Texas areas.
Experts say preparation is key. Every winter, the Texas Department of Transportation continues an effort to treat roads before any storm.
I know we are constantly, though, looking for innovation and new ways to do things, but for this year, we'll still continue to use that brine solution. It's something that we can prepare on site.
Still, everyone remembers the roads caked in ice and snow for days. The brine solution and rock salt, no match for the snow and cold. Despite that storm, TxDOT maintains storms like 2021 are too rare to keep a snowplow in East Texas.
We do have what I would call a plow. I'm sure it's called something else that we can put on the front of trucks that can help push things out of the way if needed, help get ice off the road.
And more changes coming from the National Weather Service, a new way of messaging the dangers of extreme cold.
Instead of the hard freeze warnings, if that same event were to happen again, you would see a lot of extreme cold warnings mixed with cold weather advisories.
Back at the Millers' home are more reminders of the winter storm. Ryan now works for a firm helping power companies make their power lines and poles more resilient.
So that's something that's going on not just in Texas, but across the nation as well. So it was kind of a wake-up call for a lot of people to, even if their systems were good, make them better.
And it may sound odd, but the first few days home with baby Elowen were somewhat reminiscent of the feeling during the winter storm.
Right after we had the baby and we had our first couple nights at home, and it was in those first 2 weeks of survival mode with a newborn and trying to figure out like when to wake up, what to do, what routine to get. It felt reminiscent of the snowstorm a little bit.
A storm the Millers and the state of Texas will never forget.